Hi again. So in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make a basic adjustable necklace using the Mokume Gane beads that you've made previously. So all you're going to need for this is your wax coated cord. Maybe you've got some brightly coloured stuff, but the black's fine as well. And the beads that you made previously, plus a pair of scissors would be quite handy just for cutting the cord to length. I've used and created large beads just to make it easier for you to see in the videos. If you've made smaller beads, that's great too, because I'm going to show you a couple of ways that you could bead up the necklace to give different effects. So first of all, I'll show you my little beads out of the oven, nicely cooled down and solid now. The most simple way of beading these is literally just going to be to hang these on to, or thread these through the cord. So you can literally slide them on one after the other for a nice chunky beaded necklace effect. So in a row, they're going to look something like that, which is nice and colourful and impactful. But you might want to do something a little bit more creative than that. And the issue with this as a necklace is that if you had it as a long necklace, it looks, let's move these out of the way, it looks a little bit empty everywhere else. You've got the detail there, which works if you've got a shorter necklace, I think. But if you wanted a longer necklace, it just is very much an issue in terms of the amount of cord that you've got left over. So the other little technique I'm going to show you, the way you could string your beads, I've got some smaller ones here which are probably more the size that you've created, is that when you put the beads on, if you tie a knot every now and then, as you put the next bead on, it will hold it in place higher up the cord. So by doing this, you're able to continue up the length of the cord and keep the colour and the beads going all the way up. So how you do it and how you space your beads out is up to you. What I would strongly suggest is you try and keep it even so there's symmetry. So if you've got a little gap here, you're going to want the same distance gap there, which will be a little bit tricky getting the knots in the right place, but you can just take your time with it and unknot it if it slightly needs adjusting. Once you've got your beads strung onto your necklace, you're going to then move on to turning it into a finished product, which I'm going to show you a very quick, easy and cheap way of doing this that makes it an adjustable necklace. And the benefit of it being adjustable is that it can then be worn different ways, and then it's going to fit a bigger target market. It will be a necklace that can appeal to more people, because somebody who might want a shorter necklace would be able to adjust it shorter, whereas somebody who wants a longer necklace would be able to adjust it longer as well. And thinking in a business sense of view, then that's something you want. You want to be able to appeal to more people, because that's potentially more customers, which is potentially then more money in your pocket if you were selling your product. So I'm going to show you how to do that next. Okay, so at this stage you should have your beads strung onto your cord however you like, so whether you've knotted them in place to create a prettier pattern, or you've just strung them on simply like I have. But this obviously isn't a finished product. If you were just to tie this in a double knot as a necklace, one, it wouldn't be very easy to take on and off, but more importantly, it would become a bit of a hazard, because there would be no release to it, so it could just tighten around someone's neck if it was too tight. So there's a little technique I'm going to show you that allows the necklace to become adjustable so that it can fit more people, and so that it can be worn in different ways. So all you're going to do, you can just use a standard knotting process for this. You take one end of your necklace and you're going to knot it around the other end. So just your standard simple knot. You don't want to pull it so tight that you don't get any movement. You want that sliding action to come through. This is another reason why we've used wax coated cord, because if it wasn't wax coated there'd be more friction and it would be more difficult to get this effect. So you've knotted it once. I'm now going to knot it a second time around the opposite side of the cord. So you're left with something that looks like that. If you watch, it can be pulled through and adjusted. But that's not finished, because if I carried on pulling the other way, eventually this end would slide out. So we need to do the same with the other side of the cord. So you're going to be knotting it, standard knot, don't pull too tight, and then try and keep the same distance between the knots. So just again for symmetry, just because it looks nicer that way, and you're going to be knotting it a second time. And then what you've got is an adjustable necklace. So we can make it shorter, or we can make it longer. And the way that you'd get that on and off is by hooking it over your head, like that. And then obviously you can adjust it from the back to wear it however you want to wear it. Okay, that's how it's done.